Good morning, friends. 11 o'clock Monday morning. The Square Tales panel is live, ready for today's learning. So here I introduce you to our guest of honors. We have got Manan Bhai Choksi, the Executive Director of Uttam Group of Schools and Zeba Schools, a chartered accountant by qualification, having spent 15 years in education and heading one of the fast-growing schools in Ahmedabad. And the reason Manan Bhai is here today, he has got one of the best schools in Gujarat where the fitness, not only in school, but also on ground activities with huge number of tennis courts and multiple facilities in his school. And not today, but from number of years, this is the endeavor that Manan Bhai is having. Our second guest of honor is Fatima Agarkar. She doesn't need any introduction. She's an award-winning educationist and an entrepreneur, and she will speak today about growth mindset with all of you. Our third guest of honor today is Dr. S.K. Rathod, founder, chairman, and MD, Sanford Group of Schools, a network of 250 preschools, 12 primary schools, and 2 K-12 schools. So, apart from our guest of honors, we have got Ms. Bela Kotwani, founder and principal of Cosmily Kids, specialist in puppetry. She comes here to share a lot about puppetry, and she is also the National Core Committee member of ECA and has been very active in supporting all the teachers wherever they need help in the country. The next person who is going to be our Sutradhar, the Lord Krishna of the show, he is going to be moderating, Preetham Kumar Agarwal.
Very good morning.
Preetham ji from Bangalore, Director Hello Kids, a chain of around 685 schools, not only in India, but also in Bangladesh, and he is also running a lot of K-12 schools also in India and Bangladesh. Just missed out to add, S.K. Rathod sir also has got his schools in not only in Bangladesh, but also Nepal. So slowly the Square Tales webinars are going across Asia. The next guest of honor over here, who has sent a video to all of you yesterday, Miss Aarti Pandey. Right. Today she is going to ensure that how teachers keep their fitness for themselves and also for the students. Right. She is the founder of a folk company called Folk Fitness. The best part of her approach towards education is she has brought fitness in education in a big way. She has contributed by partnering with number of schools across the country. And the other part is she is a core Indian by heart. She only uses Indian music in her fitness training. That's the best part. No Western music with her, but it's all core Indian music. And not to forget the last, but the best person on the show, Miss Hetal Rathod from Gujarat, Surat. She is a coordinator for Tapti Valley School, a head coordinator. She takes care of a lot of things in drama, craft, and she has been a vital plug in the ECA Gujarat by being all the time happy to guide and do a lot of volunteering work. So the show is live now. I open up with Miss Fatima Agarkar to start.
Hi, good morning, and it's wonderful what Square Panda has managed to do, which is a national integration of sorts. There's everyone from the north, south, east, west, and what a wonderful way to start a Monday morning. I'm a sportsman's wife, a sportsman's mother. I've batted for sports all my life, so lovely to see Aarti Pandey in attendance on a Monday morning. We've heard that the lockdown, at least in Mumbai, continues for another 2 weeks. I dare say schools are not going to be opening anytime soon. And while we're going to mentally condition ourselves for the next 18 months, apart from all the e-learning targets, you'll win. Hetal, you're there as a coordinator. Well, Preetham and Rathodji run gigantic institutions, and of course Manan as well as educators. Will recognize that apart from e-learning, I think we're going to have to get used to the fact that the only other way to deal with this virus and to protect ourselves is going to be creating a growth mindset for sport, for fitness, really. And you know what? This argument about it cannot be done at home is now passé. We're just going to have to find those tools in the closet, going to bring them out. I'm a sportsman's wife. My husband uses the gym, but he's learned to figure out things in his house to keep fit. And I'm grateful for STEP to initiate this, because I know schools need to recognize that. Forget schools, it's teachers and parents who need to recognize this is mainstay. What's going to emerge out of COVID-19 is simply this: non-traditional careers will define our industry in the future. Sportsmen, creative arts, performing arts, storytellers, these are industries, are entrepreneurs that will succeed in the future. Therefore, we need to stop talking about what to teach. This has happened for the last 20 years. Let's focus on how to teach. We're going to have to become better storytellers, because doing it live on a webinar is very, very difficult. I'm a veteran of sorts with these webinars. It takes every ounce of my energy to make sure I'm connecting with the audience, which is crossing 100, but I still can't see their faces. Very, very tough. You need therefore be skilled. You therefore need Bella's ability to use puppet, to use drama, to sing, to dance, to make that lesson that more interesting. Because quite frankly, whether it's a 3-year-old logging in or a 14-year-old, they're going to switch the camera off and say, connective nahi tha. You know what? They do that in the classroom. Their eyes are open, but they're switched off because the teacher was boring. So we're going to have to skill up as teachers to be better communicators, to get the children to remain inspired and therefore teach. But we can't do it if we don't embrace all of this. And I'm glad SquarePants is doing this, because this is the focus that we needed. Guys, get away from assessments. Get away from report cards, get away from all that learning. We just need to make sure we're that much more creative, communicative, collaborative. And I love this pan-India presence. Start a Monday morning and get us all in good spirits, physically as well, for the next few weeks in lockdown. Thank you so much for having me here, Chandra, and a pleasure to greet all you panelists, guest of honors, and of course, those who are going to guide teachers for the session this morning. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful week ahead.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you for your kind words and joining us on this program. Our next guest of honor is S.K. Rathore, Dr. S.K. Rathore from Delhi. Please, sir.
First of all, I must thank and appreciate the effort of Mr. Chandar. This is a unique, we all are busy in webinars since the lockdown has happened. All the educators from preschool to higher education, everybody is sitting every day, and I can see all these faces in front of me on the screen, sitting in one or another, webinars. But this is unique kind of approach what Mr. Chandar Moorjani has taken to train the teachers during this lockdown. So this is a good initiative, Mr. Chandar. I must congratulate and appreciate your effort. And the kind of situation is arised, and what I believe, after this lockdown is over, once the schools are allowed to reopen, the delivery of education will be changed. Now, in most of the school, or rather I say in all the schools, parents were not allowed to enter in the school beyond the reception area or beyond the waiting areas. But now, unfortunately or fortunately, parents have entered in the classroom. They are sitting with their children when our teachers are taking this digital classroom, or what we say virtual classrooms. So more and more transparency has come into school education system now. This is one can take it as a positive move, or some other people can take it as a negative move also. Because after the lockdown is over and when the schools will reopen, parent can ask you to go and see how the teaching is happening in the physical classroom also. So, but we all should take this situation as positive move, and we can work on the hybrid model after the lockdown or this COVID-19 epidemic situation is over, and we can plan for the virtual PTMs. We can plan for the weekend sessions for the parents. We can plan for some other activities during the vacations for the children on the web. So this is the opportunity what I take up out of this crisis. And we all educators are, and I must say, the preschool fraternity is doing fantastic job, where the person is sitting in Bangalore like Preetham or Miss Fatima or anybody who is sitting in any part of the country, they are doing fantastic job, because preschool is the only segment who was technically so not prepared. We have never expected to do this kind of education for our young children of 3 4 5 years of the age. So hats off to all the teachers of preschool who are doing fantastic job, and they have upgraded their level multifolds, not a level up. They have upgraded their level multifold, because preschool teachers were minimum tech savvy. They were afraid of doing anything on the laptops or computers. So this pandemic, this COVID-19 crisis, bring the level of our preschool teachers so many fold up. That's the positive thing what I can take out of this, all these negativities. So thank you so much, Mr. Chandar, for bringing us all the peoples on this platform, and planning for this kind of teacher training program, which is I must salute you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It is always a pleasure to connect with you at all times. We'll welcome our next guest of honor, Mr. Manan Choksi from Ahmedabad.
Hi everybody. It's very motivating to see like close to 1500 participants logging in on a Monday morning. Had this been a webinar like before COVID, probably we would not even see 500 people logging in. So yes, definitely this is people are using their time for training themselves. They're improving their skills, and across the country, across the world. I'm very happy to see that that people, not only from our school, but across the whole industry is getting upgraded to Santosh sir said, several folds. They are improving their skill set multifold. So as a school, what we did was, for especially for preschool, we started with online classes a month ago, and lot of parents appreciated it because children did not have a routine till then. They did not wake up on time. They were cranky all day and all that. But once we started our classes, things started to fall in place. Parents started to value school as much as they used to have when it was like offline, or I would say the normal mode. Eventually we realized that parents wanted some kind of activities, and that's where we started evening classes of activities. And believe me, we have more appreciation on activities than on education. So that is the funny part. While we think that school is for education, but it is as much as for other things. And we did dance activity, we did fitness activity. Our teachers shared video of fitness, and a lot of parents responded that we are actually doing this, and we are actually very happy with it. So it is nice to see that parents are involving themselves in children's activity and younger children activity. And more so, what we are seeing is that the COVID is not affecting as much as we thought, provided that classes go on time. So virtual education should continue till the time there is lockdown. And I think if there is a mixture of academics and physical activities and extracurricular activities, probably children will get the change they require, and they would not thought random to go out of the home. And if they stay in home, it's safe. So we believe that stay home, stay busy, and stay safe. So we need to keep everybody busy so they don't get in the four walls. They don't get bored in the four walls and they want to venture out. So this is, I think we are going on the right track, and everybody involved. I told my team everybody needs to finish their training hours, and we all, I myself, I'm taking a lot of training for online education for various things, and I think such webinars should continue. And All the best to everybody. All the best to Chandar. Keep up the efforts. And I'm sure out after COVID, we will be a lot more healthier and smarter. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir. So over to Preetam ji.
Learning to read was never so much fun. Help your child acquire reading skills starting at home. Get your child reading and learning with the SquareTales reading app today and turn them into confident readers for life. Each book slowly increases the level of learning following a sequence of phonological awareness so your child becomes an independent reader. All this while the child is playing. Download the SquareTales reading app today.
So, a very good morning, everyone, and I really appreciate Square Panda and Chandar for this wonderful session. Now, currently, 1,628 people are listening to us, and I'll give you a message to all of my friends, those who have joined us as a guest. Friends, I'm a very big fan of Fatima right now, and I'm following her for the last 2 years. The work she is doing very dedicatedly in terms of teaching, training the teachers and training people like us, right? So you just need to follow her work, how she is busy and what she is really talking about. All of our parents at Hello Kids are missing Fatima and they wanted to have another session immediately. So either it is a teacher training or it is some research in terms of early childhood or a school education, or it is like a parenting. She is a mother of young kids at home, and she has got a plenty of experiences to share, and she really speaks from the heart. So what we believe is we need trainers who is natural. So my word to Fatima is she is a natural speaker and a trainer. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Fatima, for your time with us and motivating us to start this show today. Coming back to Rathoji, he is like a guru to us. He is from our industry, very comfortable person, very what you call it, soft-hearted for all the friends. He's again a person who keeps everybody together. And as he is elder to me, even I have got calls from him कि प्रीतम ऐसा नहीं करना है आपको. So I appreciate his efforts. See, this is how we educator has to be, right? When we are learning, we have to say that I'm learning. When we are getting something from the elders or the trainers, we have to say and recognize it. And when we follow somebody, we have to say that I'm following someone, because you have to have this clarity of thoughts. So now, Manan, I'm coming back to you. I've heard a lot about you from Chandar right now. So I'm going to start following you from today. So that is how I'm going to be. And thank you so much for being with us and motivating us to start it. And this start will give definitely a positive energy and a long energy right now with all 1,666 participants right now. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much, Chandar. Thank you so much, Preetam, for your kind words and the kind of initiative you have started today. I think industry will follow you people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best. Have a lot of fun for the rest of the week as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Yes, Preetam ji, we can
Yes.
start with the
Yes.
event of the day.
Yes. So a very good morning, friends, once again, and let's back to the topic which we are here today. I will definitely introduce the panelist here today with us. I'll welcome Bela Kotwani, and she's a dear friend of mine, and obviously she is a very good educator, very focused in her activities, and very much passionate to work towards for the early childhood education. So I welcome you, Bela, for the day today, and I hope that I will too learn a lot from you listening on this stage and the platform today.
Thank you, Preetam ji, for the lovely introduction. I'm here and happy to help all of you.
All right. Next on the roll is the most energetic trainer in India on webinars, Aarti Pandey. Right? So see, now she is again active right now. So this is what she is. And see, friends, very, very important. I say that at this moment when the child is not able to play at home, right? And the child is inside the four walls. This is Aarti and his team who is helping everyone. Even they are helping Hello Kids and other schools how to make child play through different modes of fitness and dances. So I welcome Aarti, and let's take a lot of insights from you and to all the teachers, right? So welcome again to this platform, right? Hetal, very good morning, Hetal.
Good morning.
And friends, to me, she is a very good writer, a good orator, good speaker, and have got a lot of knowledge in terms of early childhood education. And she is, you must follow her on Facebook about her writings and what all she do. A lot
Thank
of
you,
unique,
Preetham.
a lot of uniqueness, lot of creativity, lot of innovations we can see from her. So this is how I know personally, friends. Square Panda and Chandar has not given me this introduction. This is my personal introduction because I do understand that. So that is, now let's back to the topic for the day. And if I will justify each one of us to give a lot of insights about our own in terms of practicality. Let's not talk about theories. We all know theories and that Google auntie and uncle will share with us. But yes, let's all share our activities. So I welcome you all teachers. And I'll say that, Chandar, can you give me some figure that how many are preschool teachers and how many are school teachers? Any idea?
Okay, I'll just run you through the program, how we have been setting up. We informed people on Thursday, right? So the first day was Thursday, we informed the people by Wednesday. Wednesday morning onwards, people started registering. The first day we had around 1,800 people. Second day we had 2,000 plus unique logins. Saturday, after the event on Friday, we have registered another 1,500 more teachers. So totally now we have registered 3,700 teachers. And these are all teachers. Maybe few of the parents might have joined from the earlier webinars we did for the parents in the COVID-19 situation. But it is 3,740 teachers till yesterday evening 8 o'clock. Right. And right now, you can see on your screen, 1,700 plus are coming in. Many are also going in on YouTube and Facebook. That number is separate. Apart from the people on Zoom is 1,700 now, 1,731.
And can you tell us something about Square Panda also so that I'll also have some more information?
Yeah, exactly. So Square Panda is a Silicon Valley based company. We have been helping children in preschool in US. We are working with around 2,000 plus preschools in US with our program called Square Tales. Square Tales is a short program which helps a child to learn how to speak English, how to read English, how to get the phonological awareness, how to blend the letters into one sound. When we there are a lot of books available for the children to read, but you don't find them something available to often be ready and learn how to read. So here, this is a technological system which works on a mobile, works on an app, and you can start reading it. When we get some time at the next part of it, I will just show a small demo on the screen, and maybe I'll just share one short story for 1 minute, right? So to start with, I think so the panelists are getting a little itchy. Chalo, let's start. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chanda, for that introduction. And let's go on to our topic for the day. Friends, I'll just give you a small overview of the learning process here and how we should take away and how you should understand this. Friend, the first thing is do not relate to what you know right now. Do not relate to whatever you are thinking right now. Listen to all the speakers very on a very focused mind of what they are talking about, their experiences. I know, friends, you have a practical experiences in the class, but yes, because we have got some what you call as specific roles in the industry, and we wanted to share our experiences. So let's all take it as a new learning today. So it is not like comparison what you know and what you're going to know right now. Friends, the next thing is this is the time when the earlier time was we used to teach child to learn, right? But now I'll say this is the time to teach the child to think right now. So even to you as a training day today, let's think about what is that perspective we are going to get it from today. Friends, I appreciate that all of you teachers have plenty of experiences in the classrooms, right? And I say, if you are a preschool teacher, hats off to you. You are multitasking. You are multi-talented. You have that what you call as learning capabilities, that you can make the child who is very young and you do not know what is my next 5 minutes to be. So you are very instant, right? So you are very instant in learning even and thinking about it. So when we are discussing about today's topic, friends, I come from a business background, but I really try to understand each and every topic because I love that teaching. I want to understand what is really inside that learning process. So friends, when this topic was given it to me, even I have a practical experiences, but I want to study something. So I want each and every teachers to get prepared for each and every topic in life. You have plenty of time with you right now. So if you take even one topic every day to talk about or read some around 5 pages or 10 pages, anything on Google or anything you want to connect to any of the trainers, even to us, you can definitely, I will request all the panelists that if they want to reach to you, please talk to them or write the reply on their emails. This is the right time of learning right now when we are inside, right, friends? And given any topic, I know you can do wonders because you have that practical experiences. And as our guest said, right, that this is the right time to learn yourself, learn a lot of things yourself at home, and you are very comfortable learning it. So coming back to fitness, which is we are going to start now. Fitness, as friends, it is not only that physical activity, it is mindfulness, it is to understand the body, it is to understand the food, it is to understand the space, right, Aarti? So Aarti has got plenty of experiences than my 5 lines which I've learned yesterday to speak to you. So over to you, Aarti, on fitness. I want you to give that what all experiences practically you have received it, so that all our teachers right now today are going to be Aarti expert today.
Thank you, Preetham, and hello to everyone.
You're home during the lockdown or lockdown with the SquareTales Reading app. Turn your child into a confident and independent reader with the SquareTales Reading app from Square Panda. A unique app that uses technology to mix fun stories and engaging characters into a reading and learning experience like no other, week on week. This week, the kids are reading a new book. So what are you waiting for? Download the free SquareTales Reading app today.
I'm Aarti Pandey, co-founder of Folk Fitness. And before getting into the theory so that you guys know what to do, how about we do a little practical so that you all experience it, and when you all experience it, you will know what I'm saying is true because you have done it yourself. So I welcome Poonam Lunthi, a master trainer from Folk Fitness, and I request everyone to stand up right now. Yes, please stand up, and as Chandar had given you instructions to be in your comfortable clothes and have your Bluetooth on. Next 15 minutes sharp, we are going to do fitness on music, and that to our authentic Indian music. So I hope everyone is ready, geared up, and Poonam, over to you now.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, how are you feeling? You all standing up or you're still sitting? Woo, ready. Can I see big thumbs up? Yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's start our workout today with some great energy and with a big smile. Woo. All right, I'm playing music. Just follow me, okay? It's fine if you miss any steps, but just enjoy. Ready? All right.
दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, माझा सागरा रे, दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, आयो बरसाचा रे हो सन तुझा आयो बरसाचा, सन तुझा आयो बरसाचा रे, सन हाय नारळी पुनवचा, सन तुझा आयो बरसाचा रे, सन हाय नारळी पुनवचा, सन हाय नारळी पुनवचा, सन हाय नारळी पुनवचा, नारळी पुनवचा, सन हाय नारळी पुनवचा, दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, दरिया रे माझा सागरा रे, दरिया रे माझा सागरा.
The man is moving.
So everyone please clap. Woo. Thank you so much.
Awesome, Poonam.
Thank you.
It was awesome, Poonam. Awesome.
Awesome, Poonam.
Lovely.
Thank you so much, Poonam. And Poonam, आपको तो अपना वर्कआउट करना नहीं पड़ता होगा यार.
कैसे हो जाता है?
Thank you so much, Poonam, for your energy.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. I would just like to add and say one thank you to Poonam. And we just kept the music as it is actual. We could have just played it through our systems also, but we kept it as usual so that the teachers, we want to show a live scenario in the classroom, that it's not that the music should be on the systems only, then you can do it, right? A basic system, but the energy in the teacher is more important, and the energy of the teacher will get transferred to the students. Definitely. Over to you, Pritam.
Absolutely.
आरती, मुझे बहुत डाउट हो रहा है अभी कि लोग इंडिया में डांस करना शुरू करेंगे, वो बोलेंगे ये आरती पांडे का तो डांस फिटनेस मूव्स है ये, तो डांस यू आर चेंजिंग इट टू फिटनेस नाउ, सो इट विल बी a very big problem for everybody who is dancing now.
So Pritam, on that, I feel dance is a beautiful medium towards fitness. जहाँ अगर आप ऐसे सोचो कि किसी बच्चे को आप बोलोगे मैं आपको कोऑर्डिनेशन सिखाने वाला हूँ, राइट हैंड एंड लेफ्ट फुट, या किसी बड़े बच्चे को बोलो आज आपको 50 स्क्वाट्स मारने, they'll get worried. But at the same time, you put music of Bhangra and you know they're dancing and they're doing 50 squats, they won't even realize. So I feel movement on music is the way forward, where the child is enjoying, is happy, is energetic, and the output of fitness is automatically happening. The reason ये session आज क्यों कराया, because the teachers, the educators today who are coming here to learn, they have come with the mindset कि हम बच्चों को क्या सिखाएंगे, हम classroom को और better कैसे करें. Before that, a step comes कि मैं better हूँ as a teacher or not. Am I fit? Am I happy? क्या मुझे वो कमर दर्द हो रहा है लैपटॉप पे बैठ के, क्या मेरा नेक स्प्रेन हो रहा है? So I am urging to all the teachers, and thank you Chandar ji for bringing this platform. I'm urging all the teachers to take out 35 minutes every day for yourself first. Give that fitness to yourself, and music and dance is the way. और Indian music पे तो अपने आप shoulders सबके हिलने लगते हैं. मैंने देखा प्रीतम जी भी बैठ के ऐसे से कर रहे थे. So that is why folk songs, because that brings our culture. And all the teachers watching today, please commit that आप अपने लिए 35 minutes निकालेंगे और पहले खुद को fit रखेंगे, तो ही आप अपने बच्चों को proper education दे सकते.
So it is, Aarti, so you mean to say that for a child, for a student, right? It is not only the fitness. It is like the child is learning coordination, the child is learning concentration, right? The child is learning sequencing also, right? So there are a lot of learning to this.
So Pritam,
you want to give more what you call it, importance of fitness in the school or a student life.
100%. And the beauty is when they do this section, they are learning skill development like hand-eye coordination, gross motor skills. The fine motor skills are improving, which helps them in handwriting. You know, their agility is improving, their flexibility is improving. And when you're doing it together, like you said, they are socializing. So their confidence boosts up, they are more happy. And every time you're doing dance, the good hormone, the happy hormone, oxytocin is released, which makes you happy. So there is a science behind it, that every time you're dancing, you'll see you smiling. And the minute you're smiling, that connects to your brain, which makes you more and more active and focused. So there is only and only positives of dancing. There is no negative.
Okay, any one more thing coming to my mind right now. So we are in different parts of India today, right? We have different languages, right? But do you think that if we want to use our own languages for music and dance, we will be more enjoying the sessions?
Absolutely, sir. It's very unfortunate that anything that's happening in the world of dance and fitness is coming from abroad. जबकि हमारा खुद का योगा बाहर जाके popular हुआ है. And if you see, you play a Assami music, you play a Bhangra, you play a Garba, automatically, because we are Indians, that feel automatically comes. And we all become one. So in a classroom, imagine people from different states coming together and smiling. And you will realize that children are becoming multilingual. They are able to pick up lyrics very, very easily. They start singing a Gujarati song. They start enjoying a Bihu festival. They start enjoying South Indian music. So what beautiful. And ours is the only country with 122 registered folk dances, sir, and more than 1,000 unregistered. So a country with so much of culture and so much of richness, it's our duty to give it to our children.
And what about teachers, those who are, I'm not saying they are not physically fit, but they are not experienced like you. So how they should be able to take it in the classes for their own children?
So first thing first, sir, as I said, the teachers have to be fit themselves, and with fit, I'm not saying six packs, or I'm not saying Bela ma'am is super fit. She plays cricket ball and she wins so many competitions. So I'm a big fan of her. So when I'm saying fitness, what is the definition of fitness is, sir, whatever is your job, your role, are you able to do that job without any pain? If you're a teacher, are you able to stand, move around with children with same energy without depleting your energy? If you're able to, then you're fit. And as a teacher, it's very, very easy to connect with music, the expressions. And we are doing free sessions every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on our page, Folk Fitness. It's at 6 p.m. in the evening. So I request all the teachers to come pick up the moves, learn more so that they can impart first in their own lives, become energetic and healthy, because anything that can beat corona right now is immunity, and for immunity you need to be fit. So it's a whole link, and when you're fit and happy, your students and your classroom will be fit and happy.
And anything you want to give insights from how head to toes can be used during this fitness activities?
So sir, we very, very important is warm up. You need to start with slow rotations of head, shoulders, waist, lower body. Then you do the entire section of your upper body workout, lower body workout, cardiovascular. And then you need to do stretches and cool down. Another very, very important thing to do is cool down, where you are stretching and relaxing your muscles. Otherwise, you'll have soreness and you'll abuse the person who has taught you, which is me. So please, after every session, it's very, very important to do stretches. Another thing, Preetam, if you may allow me a minute, I would like
Please.
all the teachers to know. The 5 verticals that all of you must work on is eat right, eat, move, sleep, breathe, and your happiness quotient. Move, you can take care with folk fitness sessions. You're home, so please make sure that you're not hogging right now with the sessions. If you have chips around you, move them away. Don't eat junk food. Breathe in awareness. It's so unfortunate, Preetam, that breathing which is free and which is happening on its own, we are right now also doing conjuicy in it. हम full breath भी नहीं ले रहे. इतनी घाई है हमें, to learn and to do so many things. So my request is spend 10 minutes every day with your breath. Just sit, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. 4 counts inhale, 4 count exhale, and I promise you that you will be able to have very, very energetic day. Sleep. Again, something we take for granted. Netflix, Amazon, Hotstar, हम पूरा दिन देख सकते हैं. रात में please fix time पे सोइए, fix time पे उठिए. Just with this small change in your lifestyle, you will see wonders in your classes with your students also. You will feel more energy. I want to first make the teachers feel right and happy. Only then they'll be able to impart that in future. And I'm sure Bela ma'am and my dear Hetal will take care of the inputs which can make the class better. But I strongly feel, for me, I want the teachers first to not have that back pain and the neck pain, and not get irritated. And all of that will happen if they take care of these 5 pillars in their life, sir.
So Aarti, I'll suggest you, whenever you are doing the next session, the most important is, as you said, back pain, right? Most of our teachers have got that issues, because this is my 15 years of experience. So next workout is how to get rid out of your back pain and the back exercises you are going to do.
Perfect.
Right?
I'll do that.
So we will try to follow you also. I have same problems too, right? Now, you said that 35 minutes workout by every teachers. What about different age group of students? How much time they required on an everyday basis, or how regularly they should do that?
So, sir, exercise, sports, any physical activity should be done every day. Now, it could be dancing, it could be sports, it could be a PT class. But any physical session should happen every day, and a minimum 35 minutes is what is strongly recommended. आप सोचिए ना सर, जब पेट के अंदर movement नहीं होता है, when a child is about to be born, we are worried. So movement starts at the womb of a mother. That's where the movement of a child, and we get happy that the child is moving. So when the child comes out, from that age, the movement should happen. So from a toddler to a 10th standard person to an adult, everyone needs to have movement in their life. And if you cannot invest 35 minutes, then you have to rethink of your schedule. And for kids also, 35 minutes every day is a must. You can change activities to not sink in monotony. And sports is another way, a great way, but to have good sportsmen, you need to have fitness in them, for which you need these activities to be about.
Thank you so much, Aarti, and we'll come back to you after a later this thing with other speakers. I'll give a message, friends. I was reading an article yesterday that there are a lot of sleeping disorders in the early childhood or the student level. That is all because of physical activities, less of physical activities, right? So friends, we need to see that if the child is really not sleeping well, it means he is or she is not doing any physical activities. So coming back to our Aarti, we will come back to you with a lot of other questions. Going back to Bela madam. Going back to Bela speaker. Bela, you have to switch on your speaker.
Yes.
Yes. Bela madam, we welcome you to understand the puppetry and the craft, whatever the ideas you have, whatever the learnings for our teachers today, right? They are all expert, I know, but we want your specialized lines for them, what they should take care of it, how they should do that, and how the child is really learning, what kind of quality, what you call as learning outcomes we are getting it from puppetry and this thing. We need a clear, because even I am not very familiar with puppetry learnings and all, but I want you to give us a lot of idea today. Over to you,
First
madam.
of all, I feel, yes, thank you, Preetham ji, for a lovely introduction. First of all, I want to say for doing a puppet show, the teacher has to be very, very enthusiastic. She must have the passion and love to do the puppet show. And secondly, she should not have any inhibitions within herself. She should be able to become a monkey. She should talk like a monkey, talk like a lion, talk like different animals. And you can also emote yourself well through the puppets. Supposing I just have a puppet here right now. This is just made out of socks, very, very easy. It's a zebra puppet that I have. It's just made out of socks. Can you see it? And yipes, yipes. I love my pretty stripes. Yipes, yipes. I love my pretty stripes. So to modulate your voice according to the character that you have. Now, supposing the same thing a lion or a monkey would say. Supposing a lion is saying the same thing now. Yipes, yipes. I love my pretty stripes. Yipes, yipes. I love my pretty stripes. And now if you have a monkey coming out to say the same thing, how will a monkey say it? Yipes, yipes. I love my pretty stripes. Yipes, yipes. I love my pretty stripes. So make it fun for the child. Yeah, you have to really make it fun and interesting for the child. Voice modulation is the key for the puppet show, I would say. So what I'll do is I'll have a small exercise with you all, Preetham now. Preetham, Aarti and Hetal, I've requested you to join in since my audience is you all right now. So we'll be doing this thing called boom chicka boom.
Okay.
Whatever I say, you're going to repeat it with me after me. Okay?
All right.
Say boom chicka boom.
Boom,
Chicka boom.
Say boom chicka, raka chicka boom.
Boom, chicka, raka, chicka, boom.
Preetham is out.
I'm trying my best.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
Now the same thing a lion is going to say it. Okay. Say boom chicka boom.
Say
Boom, chicka, boom.
Say boom chicka raka chicka boom.
Say
boom chicka raka chicka boom.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
Now a small little mouse is going to say it.
My
How will
God.
the mouse say it? Say boom chicka boom.
Boom chicka boom.
Say boom chicka raka chicka boom.
Say boom chicka raka chicka boom. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
One more time.
So these are simple exercises that you can do to increase your voice modulation skills, which really, really helps when you're going in front of the children. And kids also enjoy the same thing.
Very nice.
You make the kids do it in the class, they will do it with you as well.
So, Bella, how can they listen to you more often? That is important right now because we are all not trained, right? And seeing a video with a unknown faces is different, and when you see a video with a known faces, that is the difference. And now the learning online learning platform is the only difference. I am seeing a video on Zumba or dance and fitness with some other unknown face, and I am learning from Aarti, our folk fitness team is different because we can relate to them, right? So how the teacher has to learn from unknown faces is my question to you right now.
Right. Maybe I'll have to start the classes soon now for that. I've not yet started my own classes, but I could definitely look into it because I'm definitely looking because of the lockdown thing. There's nothing that you can do from home. So this will be another revenue that I could look into as
so
well.
Chandar has to take care of this thing. There should be a special class, long session for puppetry.
Just for puppetry, I would love to do that.
How you relate puppetry to somewhere in terms of fitness for today's topic to
fitness? More than it will be more of mental health, I would say. The child's emotional level is there, the emotional engagement with the puppets with the child. A child who's even shy can come out with their shyness when he sees puppets because they relate to the puppet. So that is where it's going to really help with the children. Even teaching manners, teaching etiquette to the children. Puppets are a great tool of learning where all this is concerned.
So we will take that when we talk to fitness and we relate to puppetry, it is mindfulness, right?
Yes.
It is to
even
keep
motor
you
skills are
happy.
developed. Yes.
And you're talking about motor skills, right?
Yes, yes.
And anything else you like to give it to our teachers before we go back to the next learning? What kind of planning they should do when they are doing such activities? And see, Bella, to be very easy, you have to say everybody that every teachers can do that?
They can definitely do it. They have to really build up their training for that, but they have to really learn how to voice modulate, how to engross the children. It's a skill to be taught and learned.
So see, our teachers are very good in learning, right? So
they
what
can
are
easily pick up the puppet and do.
So give us some points where they can take.
Square Tales is our research-based storytelling product. Young children with hardly 8 letters can start reading a book with this product. It's a digital product. On a tablet, a child can by themselves or with the help of the parent can practice blending words together, and that leads to them actually reading the book. Square Tales also combines both digital and physical. The child first learns to read on the digital book and then can transfer that knowledge to read a physical book itself. And again, all of this by spending only 15-20 minutes a day with each book or as they progress through the books. In the schools that we've been working with, we found that children within a few weeks are starting to become more independent. They're actually starting to read their textbooks. They're starting to pick up other pieces of newspaper articles and starting to read or trying to read, let's just say, very quickly.
That points to learn this skill or art very fast.
Right. See, first of all, is the movement of the puppet is very, very important. Like supposing I have this girl, I'm wearing the puppet here. Now the thumb goes in this finger, the last finger goes in this hand. So when you move right hand, hello, left hand, hi, nod your head. The movement of the puppet is very, very important. And when the puppet is talking, that puppet should move, the other should not move. So we can know this puppet is talking. Very, very important. And when the puppet is coming in, it moves from left. It's walking like this. It goes back this way. Puppet never pops out from the puppet theater because it's only for magic it pops out. Otherwise, they walk from left to right and they go from right to left. That's very, very important. And of course, remember that when a puppet is talking to another puppet, I'll just give you an example. The little monkey is talking to the girl. The girl can't be looking there and monkey is talking.
Yes.
The girl should be facing the monkey when they're talking to each other. Same way the other way around. Monkey can't look away. So these points you have to really keep in mind when doing the puppet show. And I think that's it. And voice modulation is the key, I'll say. Whatever happens, voice modulation is the key for puppet show.
Right. So I will come back to you, Bella, with some question and answers.
Sure.
Now coming back to Hetal.
Yes.
Hetal, very, very important. The topic which we wanted to do with you is the art and the what you call as drama, right? We are all, are we all doing drama right now?
Right now, we are all doing drama.
All right. So understand
Everyone.
it. So
I would just like to enter. This is real experts, not drama.
In fact, life is drama.
Yes.
So you play the role each day in a positive way. Your life is going to be blissful.
So we wanted to know from you, Hetal. This is because I even follow you as one of the good observator, right?
Yes.
So this is how people are going to observe when we say we are doing drama. So Chanda very well said. We are prepared and we are not doing drama right now. So the thing is, Hetal, how important is for the teachers and the student, right? And why drama and that art is important as a school student. So you have to give a brief overview of the topic and then you have to give your understanding about art and drama.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to say that art and drama, why it is important. The first most important aspect of a child is the curiosity the child has. Okay, so I have prepared one acronym which is on curiosity. So I would just like to show that over here. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes. So over here, if you see, C stands for creating, U stands for understanding, R stands for react, I stands for imitate, O stands for observe, U stands for upgrading, and S stands for sing and dance. Basically, all this is what a child, or even I have, even you have, as a human being. And that is the reason why we all have this curiosity amongst us. And art and drama are the skills, even puppetry, what Bela is saying, even fitness, what Aarti is doing. All this is going to help the child to succumb this curiosity and put it in the right direction. We are helping the children through art and drama to put this curiosity into the right direction. So for me, art and drama and music and fitness and puppetry, everything builds up along with the curiosity of a child or even a normal human being. Because right now when we did a session with Aarti on dance, you see our curiosity was built, right? And we are now all looking forward to listen to the experts that what are they going to talk about. So it's about satisfying the curiosity of the child. It's about satisfying the curiosity of ourselves and then getting into the right direction. That's what I feel. Art and drama is more important to satisfy the curiosity of children. Yes. Pritam, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah. So that is what I would like to put up. The next thing I would like to say is that when it comes to art and drama, we are putting the children into an unrestricted exploration, and which forms the connections in our brain. And that's the reason why the learning becomes more fun for them rather than the restricted part of learning. See, academics also can have art and drama. Today I can teach math also with a drama, with an art. So that's how you are supposed to use art and drama in the classroom. It's very important to use art and drama in the classroom. It's very important to give them that space to explore and to learn. So art and drama definitely adds that exploration space for them. Yes, Pritam.
Now coming back to some of the learning, what I understand is, do you think this kind of to a student, how we say that the child is going to, as Aarti said, right? It talks about coordinations, getting the fine and the more fine motor skills and gross motor skills develop in the early childhood or just as a student, right? So what are the other benefits of a drama or a art in the for the child exactly? What is the learning outcome we are expecting from these activities?
The learning outcome over here is the child is becoming more confident. The child's concentration is increasing. The emotions which are bound inside, they are let out free. And it is very important right now. Everyone is talking about EQ, right? We are more into the EQ rather than talking about the IQ. So all this dance, drama, art, fitness, everything is relating to your emotional quotient which you have inside. And it's very important to build the emotions of the children because it's very important for them to express. The problem is that we do not allow them to express. So as a teacher, as a parent, as an adult, it is very important to listen to them what they are saying. So the stage today on in the class or maybe a small role play in the class is going to allow the child to express what the child feels. Today, if I am playing a role of a dhobi wala, I will understand what a dhobi wala is going through. So you are going to understand what the dhobi wala does. If I am playing a role of a policeman, I'm going to understand the characteristics of a policeman. I'm going to understand what that policeman is going through, what the daily routine is going to be. So that's today, even if a Bollywood actor wants to do a role of any particular, realistic person, that person needs to go into that lifestyle and understand what basically that lifestyle is about. So the children are getting used to different emotions of different people of different fields as well, along with the art and drama and the fun.
So you say that as every preschool teachers at the schools, they are doing role plays. So role play is one of the very important key activities.
Very important. In fact, even a teacher today, if I want to do a magic show in the class, if I brought a magic box, it's a very common activity. Teachers have this magic box and they remove things. Why don't dress like a magician and go? Why don't just dress like, just put a dupatta around your neck and just put little more glitter on your face and with a hat and go in the class and say that I'm a magician today. So the child is going to automatically develop. See, you as a teacher also have to do a drama every day. You know, we say that teacher is a role model. A model is an actress. So we need to become an actor in the class, right? So let us play that role of a role model in front of the children.
So I'm just trying to get something out of your discussion that I, as a preschool teacher or a school teacher, right? I have to understand that act, right? So I have to be well prepared when you are doing drama.
Yes.
When you are doing drama.
Absolutely.
See how and I'll tell you all the teachers and all the attendees today. You are the best than this Bollywood actress and the Hollywood actress and actress.
Absolutely.
Because they take 150, 20 retakes before they perform. But when you are in front of a child, you are instant, right? So it means you are more prepared and you have more thinking capacity. You need to understand the psychology of the child, that how and what he wants to listen. So I really appreciate all your efforts in terms of be instant when you are in the class. So Hetal, anything apart from role plays activities where the teachers can play with the elder kids?
Okay, so now I will do one activity with you all right now because you all are adults, okay?
All
so
right.
Everyone has got a pen in their hand. Can everyone show me the pen? Most of you all have got a pen, right?
आरती के पास है कि नहीं है? वो फिटनेस वाली है.
पेन है कोई? आरती कोई स्टिक विक लेके आजा, कुछ भी लेके आजा हाथ में. हाँ चलेगा चल. Okay, imagine that as a pen, okay, or a stick. So now we will start with Preetam. Preetam, just imagine this something, not a pen, something else, and do an action. Imagine it something else and do an action. Right. So what is it according to you?
It's a sword.
It's a sword. Bela, can you do something with it? Wow. And Chandar, can you do something?
Dandi, I am a Gujarati.
Oh, yes, great. And what about Aarti? What do you think? What do you can do? Exactly. So now everyone has imagined this pen as something else, right? So this is how these kind of activities in the classroom, you don't need any props. You just give the children that hold this pencil and do an act with this, and they will be imagining something. You just imagine what kind of things they will imagine from out of one stick. If you give a ball, you give them one single paper and you ask them what to do about it, they will have lots of imagining. They'll just enter into the world of imagination and see how they come up. with. So you don't need lot of material to be prepared with and all. If you're prepared, then definitely fine. But if you have just, these are instant things which can happen in a classroom with the children. And this does not have any age bar required. Drama does not have any age bar. You can do drama with all age, with an 85-year-old and with a 5-year-old also. Drama is just letting yourself free. So every activity, now this activity I've done right now with the age group of 30 to 40, all of us are. And the same activity if I do with a 5-year-old age group, they will come up with some different idea.
All right. So Hetal, very, very important this thing to you right now. Is singing a group song or dancing or this fitness, does it means even the art and drama?
Does it?
Does it mean also art and drama?
Yes, of course that means art and drama.
Yes.
You are
that is
everything. Fitness is also an art. You can't move your body like this. It's an art to move your body like this also. Yes, Aarti?
Yes. 100% true. So friends, the today's topic was very, very clearly defined by Aarti, Bela and Hetal today to understand that fitness do come from everything. Everything is an art right now. Everything required some of the basic understanding and performances. And you teachers are the best to do that. So before doing any activities, you need to be little prepared, and you are instant, so you know the timing, everything. And it has to be a process of everyday learning. You are doing everything, but you have to express that how nicely you are doing it. I see, Aarti, I'm trying to understand from a child's perspective. I'm catching a ball. As Hetal, it was a very nice example for this pen. It is a takeaway from me today. So when I'm catching a ball, friends, right? It is concentration. Am I right? It is concentration. Yes, it is your body movement. It is that what you call as hand and eye coordination, right? When you are kicking a ball, it is your body fitness. It is your hand and eye coordination. It is your eye and leg coordination. So friends, we need to understand that we are doing a lot of activities, but we need to understand how and what we are doing it for that child. So that is very, very important. Every activity is well connected, and I hats off to all the preschool teachers that you are multitasking, which I was talking to you in the beginning.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So now we are almost 1 hour and 10 minutes from now. So can we take some questions from the audience side, Chanda?
Sure.
So I can go back.
Post you on the WhatsApp.
All right. So we will take some questions from the audience side so that we can get the answers from our experts today.
So the first question coming from a lot of people was that what are the 5 pillars which Aarti said they want once again to write down. So just say a little slowly.
Sure.
Right. Audience, please keep your pen and paper ready so that Aarti will just share out.
I'll share the 5 pillars, and I'll also give one quick fixes that in the lockdown they can do at home, if that's fine.
Yeah.
So pens and paper ready. The first pillar is eat. Eat right. What I mean is, I see a lot of women going that extra mile to bake at home, to make these sweet dishes. This is the time. Even if you want to make sweet dishes, ensure you're using dates, raisin. You're not using the refined sugar, which is an absolute no-no. So please ensure you're making no dessert with sugar. So eat is the first pillar. Avoid junk food, eat at the right time, eat in small meals. Second is move, which is 35 minutes of exercise for yourself, and also micro movements. What I mean by that is, if you're taking a class, an online class for an hour, the minute the class is over, please ensure that you stand up and sit 10 times, or you take a round of your house. Do these micro movements. Don't just sit with your laptop for 8 hours. That is the main reason of your back pain. Also ensure you have the right chair with the back support. Ensure that it's the eye level where your laptop is. Please take care of these small things. It will help you in the long run. So eat, move, sleep. Have your 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Ensure you're putting your phone off an hour before you sleep. Sleep at the same time every day and wake up at the same time for quality sleep. It helps you in your immunity building. All these pillars will help you to be stronger to fight corona and also to be fit as educator. Eat, move, sleep, breathe. Every day, breathe minimum 10 minutes in awareness. Inhale for 4 counts and exhale 4 counts. Do this at least 10 minutes. I do this every day in the morning after you wake up. That's the right time. Eat, move, sleep, breathe, and happiness quotient. Avoid all those forwards about corona when the lockdown is getting over. This is something that is not in our hands, so don't take stress. Every time you're stressed, hug your husband or your kids. Every time you hug, oxytocin is released. It's a happy hormone. Hug that soft toy. Do virtual hugs to your kids in the classroom. Like I'm virtual hugging Hetal right now and smiling. So do that. That will help you be happy and build your immune system. So these are the 5 pillars I would urge everyone to work on.
All right. Next question. Next question is for Hetal.
Yes.
We are getting that how on a e-learning you can
Yes.
teach some drama or some role plays.
E-learning, what you can do is that you can ask the children to prepare short videos of themselves and send it to you by some role plays at home. Right now for our children, what we are doing is that we are having our online art and drama classes or even our dance classes, wherein the teachers are having live classes with the children, and then we are sending them the links of YouTube, and then they are making their own small videos and sending it. Our teachers are compiling it, and we are making the entire video of all the children doing the same activity together. So that's how. Even I have a class right now at 3. I have prepared a complete presentation for my children, which is they are of grade 3. So I'll be taking even that class in some time, wherein I have already you need a lot of pre-preparation for e-learning. As Fatima said, that we are already skilled, but right now there are people who are watching us. We don't know who is watching us. Right now we have 1,698 people watching us, but we cannot see their expressions. So we have to be well prepared for e-learning right now. And definitely you can do dance and drama. You can give them few small activities that today just play a role of a mama and help the mama, help your mom in the kitchen. That is a role play of a mother. They are not a mother. So we are doing a role play of a mother. Simple things which they can do at home. Today play a role of a sweeper and sweep your house. It's a simple thing which you are giving them at home right now.
Very, very, very true, Hetal. Thank you so much for that answer. Friends, it's a takeaway from my side to you all that before you do any activities with child, I know preschool teachers, we believe that, I'm not saying that we don't do that, but there are a lot of practices happening. हमें तो ABCD ही पढ़ाना है, हमें तो story rhymes ही पढ़ाना है, हमें preparation की क्या जरूरत है? Please don't go to your class with this mindset. Friends, जो भी आपका topic है आज, whatever the topics you have for today, you have to be at least 10-15 minutes mentally prepared. If you are not physically prepared with your pen, paper and activities, you have to get yourself physically, mentally prepared that this is what I'm going to do today in the class. This is how my next step will be. This is how the child can react, and this will be my reactions to this. So that is how you need to be well prepared, as Hetal said. Yes. Now coming back to Bela, there is a very good question coming it for you.
Yes.
The question is, when we are not very experienced in making a hand puppets,
Right.
can the stick puppets and paper puppets will help?
Of course. Stick puppets, paper puppets, finger puppets also will help. Even paperback puppets will help. Bottle puppets, you can make some water bottles. Scrap, even wooden spoon puppets, just add some cloth down, put eyes, nose, anything that walks and talks. The puppet is basically you, the motivation that you do is going to help out. In the end.
Bela ji, आप क्या करने वाले हो? This is what I do for everyone, and you have to do now. So everyone is going to follow Bela Kotwani on Facebook. So every day you have to send 5 photos of different puppets.
Puppets that are
so that is the homework for you from today.
All right.
Right? So everybody is going to follow Bela Kotwani for puppetry right now, and she will post all the photographs of whatever she has experienced.
I have a page actually called Jayashree Bela Puppet Shows. You can see there.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Jayashree Bela Puppet Shows. At Facebook page, yeah.
Chandar, we have more time to take some more questions. Chanda, are you able to listen to me?
Yeah, we have more time to take questions. Anyway, a lot of things coming in from the audience also. And we, as I told you earlier, that we were ready to do that small, what we say, a demonstration of what SquareTales actually does.
Okay.
If I can just
do that, and then we'll go back to the next 3 questions for 3 speakers.
Absolutely.
All right. We will take one more question from each one of them right now.
Yeah. So the
All right.
Yeah. So I'll just say how this SquareTale system works is we have got this kind
yes, take it little up. Yes.
Yeah, I'll just settle it down.
Yes. Now it's fine.
Yeah. So this is how the storybooks are come onto the screens. I'll just go back and show how the stories work on the screen, and then we'll see the final screen. So we have got short stories which teach a child how to read words. Like say Pan is the name of the character here. Panda, his name is Pan. So how his name is read. So how I speak out Pen by mixing the 3 letters. In English, we say letters to individual, what we say ABCDs, right? So alphabet is a set of 26 letters. So P, just a minute. The voice is audible to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how, at a high speed, at a low speed, how to read this. So we give this kind of practice to the child, and then he can move to the story. Right. And then once the keywords in the story are done, we teach left to right directionality. And we also teach the different words in the story. And the child wants to listen again. So there is a picture story.
Sap is on Pan. Tap, tap, tap. Pan is in Sap. Pan.
So this system teaches left to right directionality, reading to a child, individual letter sounds are taught. Then there are small activities which the child can do at home, right?
Let's play some book activities.
So we also teach the child to identify the sight words.
Tap all the words that match is. Good job.
So if I do a wrong, it says, no, it repeats, but it doesn't say you are doing wrong. It gives me one more option.
Is. Good job.
Right.
Good job.
Then we have got
Story order. Drag the pictures in the right order to match the story.
So we teach the story order to the child.
Good job.
If he does it wrong,
Good job.
then the system says do it again, right?
Good job.
I'm pushing through it rightly. And then we have got match the columns with the image and the words.
Each picture to the correct word.
So here if the child is doing wrong,
Nap. Try again.
so the system is saying try again, right? So in this way, I'll just quickly do it correctly. So here this is involving your eye movement, it is involving your hands, it's you're listening. So a multi-sensory activity, and then you get a report about how you have gone about, right? And once you go back to the books, you can see all the books in one go, right? So this is how this system actually works out to help a child, right? And we have been also approved by the Early Childhood Association of India, right? So for the teachers, they would have this kind of a screen where they will see all the children on the one go, right? When they are doing it in an in-school activity. And there are so many storybooks which open up one after the other. These are all digital books for preschool kids. Here you can see the screen. Is the screen visible? Can you read one or two titles?
Yes, I'm able to read.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the SquareTale system which is available, and right now for the COVID-19 we have kept it free for the teachers to recommend it to their children. The benefits is it helps to a small child to learn English. हम कई बार देखते हैं कि पेरेंट्स वर्नाकुलर मीडियम से हैं, so they are not able to teach very professionally as a teacher would have taught, right? At the same time, the teacher has got a limited Zoom class. Apart from that, if the child is just playing on a mobile, rather than that, if he reads stories, if he learns pronunciation, if he learns blending and all, and his English would improve definitely by reading more and more stories. And there are a lot of characters in it. So we have a pen, which is a panda, a pen, which is a 3-year-old. We have a chameleon, which is a 12-year-old girl who is an elder sister to Panda. So the chameleon is teaching to the Panda stories, right? So the characters are talking. Bela Mem's puppetry is also taken care of. There's a lot of voice modulations into it. There's a lot of art and craft into it. You can draw. And on SquareTales website, we are giving a lot of activities to draw images, to do some puzzles, maze runs, and a lot of things. So I would request the teachers to, one, download it from the SquareTales app, and we will, after this presentation ends, we will run the missed call number, and in the chat box I am putting the missed call number. Over to you, Preetham. Thank you for providing me the time.
Thank you, Chandar. Thank you to you that we are learning a lot from the audience, and from the questioning also I'm trying to learn the topics today. So I'm getting 3 questions ready for Bela first. Bela, there are teachers wanted to know from you that what kind of stories and what kind of talks will help from the puppets for the child.
The stories could be what depends on the topic that you're taking for the day. It could be any kind of story. If the stories on animals, use animal puppet. If it's on some other thing, use a different puppet. But what I would say for teachers alone in the class, it's difficult for her to do exact puppet show. Puppet show means the hand should not be seen. You're behind the theater. Only the puppets can be seen. But if you're alone in the class, what teacher can do is use stories with puppets. That's more better for the teacher. So she can have control of the class at the same time. She can see the children's reaction at the same time, answer at the same time the children. So that really helps a lot.
All right. Now, Hetal, there is a question for you.
Yes.
And people want you to know that what are the different subjects can be taught through drama. It can be math, science, or languages, right? So
Yes.
you just give an overview on the topics related to drama, or what kind of some examples they want.
Any subject can be taught by drama, whether it is language or whether it is math or whether it is science. Now I would like to take a topic of maybe water cycle. Today, if you want to teach water cycle to your children, even the younger children, you play a role play of the water cycle, wherein some children have become clouds, some children have become droplets, some children have become the evaporation system, some children have become lake, and they are actually pretending the play of a water cycle. Isn't it easier to understand how the water cycle works and how do we get rain? So it's basically how you are weaving your entire concept into a story and putting that story into a drama or a role play in the classroom. Now, suppose if I want to teach maths, if I want to teach addition, subtraction, why not call children from the classroom out and tell 5 children to stand and remove the 2 children away? It's subtraction. That's how you are playing the role of subtraction in the class. So that's how we need to inculcate our own planning into a story and then putting that story into a drama in the class. So any subject can be taken up with drama and art.
Thank you so much for this overview. Aarti, coming back to you to the last question, and then any speaker wants to communicate message to any of this audience today. Aarti, people are saying that the kid is too young, the child is alone. How he will be able to understand fitness on an e-learning platform?
Very good question, Preetham, and that's the beauty. The child doesn't need to understand fitness. You don't have to tell the child that, okay, now it's a fitness class. We are going to teach you hand-eye coordination. That is the beauty of dance, and that is the beauty of movement on music. The child will only enjoy. You just play the music, the child will follow you, and what has to happen, what development has to happen in his body will happen on its own.
Yes, very true.
So you don't have to tell the child what development you are working today on. Just go, enjoy, let the child smile and follow your step, and the fitness will happen on its own. The outcome is fitness, the input is music, dance, and happiness.
Thank you. I want a small 1 or 2 liner messages from each one of you panelists to the teachers. right? Starting from Aarti, you again.
I have a humble request for all the educators that the biggest asset is you yourself. Please give 35 minutes every day to yourself. As women of the house, if you are fit, your whole house will be fit. As an educator, if you are happy, your classroom will be happy. Just 35 minutes, whatever makes you happy, just put on that music and dance it out, sweat it out. If you are fit, everyone around you will be happy, including you.
Thank you, Aarti. Coming back to you, Hetal.
Yes, dance, drama, and art definitely sometimes gets messy for for the teacher to pick up things. So, as a teacher and as an individual, also as an adult, also be prepared to be in a messy world. And messy is not bad. Messy is definitely one of the most important thing. We ourselves need to be messy sometimes. So even if your house right now sometimes is into a mess, it is absolutely okay. So be prepared to get a messy world, and messy is really something which is very beautiful. Messy is not ugly, messy is beautiful. That's my message to the teachers and to all the
Thank you. Now coming back to you, Bela.
Yes, my message to the teachers is just go out there, enjoy yourself with the children, use the puppet, whichever puppet you have in the school. Secondly, you can also practice in front of the mirror, I was thinking. That's the best way to practice for your puppet show. And also, I would advise you to also let the children use the puppets because their language will develop, they feel more confident. It really helps a lot. So please do that. Thank you.
So, and my message to the last, thank you, Chanda. And my message as a moderator for the session is, you are teachers, right? We can learn. Let's learn all the subjects. Let's learn all the verticals.
Exactly.
We are teachers. We can learn anything and we can teach anything. So do not confine yourself to a subject teacher, but you should be a master of all subjects. That is my message to you all. And Chanda, any other questions from your side to the audience or anybody else before we wind up the session today?
No, I have been just reading the chats and trying to reply to various mediums coming in. Everybody is super happy. They are saying wonderful session and a lot of things. It is really wonderful to have such a best panel, I would say, of the series till now.
You're home during the lockdown or lockdown with the SquareTales Reading app. Turn your child into a confident and independent reader with the SquareTales Reading app from Square Panda. A unique app that uses technology to mix fun stories and engaging characters into a reading and learning experience like no other, week on week. This week, the kids are reading a new book. So what are you waiting for? Download the free SquareTales Reading app today.